Hello everyone, welcome. Just making sure desktop and audio input capture are working. Dr. Snapper, Whis, Fent, Dr. No One, Hero Green. Welcome all. Oh yeah, kind of a new hat. What am we doing? I got the wrong hat on. I've been doing some Zelda content. We can't have that. There. You got a big fat ticket, Fent. That's unfortunate. How fast were you going? There we go. For legal reasons, you can't say how fast you were going. Ooh. So you got a big old fat ticket, but didn't spend any time in lockup, right? No seatbelt on top of that. Cause like 15 over, they can get you for a lot. Reckless endangerment, just a $600 ticket. Ouch, that is really steep. Really steep. Yeah, rip your wallet for a decent amount of time too. I think a $600 ticket would like wreck me for about 3 months. I set my cruise control at like 5 over. You're mad because you've never had any points on your license. Yeah, that's a huge one. I've had one speeding ticket and one failure to stop. And unironically enough, my speeding ticket was also for 15 over. I was 18 at the time, had a new car, I was late for a wedding. Well, a reception, I guess. And had a road go from 45 to 35, and I was already going like 55, so like I was going like 19 over the speed limit when I came around the corner. The cop was real chill. I was like, you know how fast you were going? Like, yep. It's like, you know how fast you're going? Well, when I first came about over the hill, I was probably going about 50. He's like, well, I clocked you at 53. I'm like, sounds about right. He's like, you know, after 15 miles, I can actually haul you in and impound your car, right? I was like, did not know that. I was like, yeah, slow it down. Comes back. So, I see you never had anything on your record. I'm gonna cite you at 5 miles over the speed limit and give you a ticket. Cool with that? Absolutely I am, officer. You have a great day. I do not think so, Dr. Snapper. There is no moderator activity for having a comment deleted that I can see. That isn't to say that YouTube may or may not have deleted it on its own accord, because it can do that. Dude was a jerk. Dang. Give you the runaround a little bit. You almost hit a cop. You're responding to an active lead delivery situation with the car involved matching yours, make, model, year, and color. Ooh. Never seen so many cops ever get. Were they like taking you down, Dr. Snapper? That's pretty crazy. Also, just a heads up, this is likely going to be a shorter stream. Try as I might, Babycoin is staying the night at Grandma's house, and I do have the option to sleep in tomorrow. But, like, I'm already just so dead tired that I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming tonight, so... Yawn. Didn't even take you out of the car. Didn't draw. Because the initial officer was pretty chill. Saw I was moving and gave you a warning. Don't let me see you in my town ever again. Go. Reamed you for not wearing a seatbelt for like a good 10 minutes. Oh my gosh. I mean, when you have nothing better to do. Hey, Dr. Snapper, you have a great night. I, too, need sleep. But will not be doing it for a minute. And, like, the sad part is, I've had caffeine today. It's just not working. I think I'm technically drinking caffeine right now as we speak. I'm drinking some raspberry flavored Lipton iced tea. Yeah, honestly, I would go back and probably get reamed by the cop 5 times before I would have been okay with the home life reaming. Today's going pretty good. Work was decent enough. Managed to find time to do some thumbnails for my Echoes of Wisdom playthrough. I pre-made 20 of them, so that should give me a good amount of time to get through the game. I plan to hopefully do a nap time stream tomorrow. I also got a number of videos to make from the first stream, so you tune in for a brass sleep stream. Honestly, I should do a sleep stream. I'll put the Twitch category just sleeping. Oh, bye baby. You keep falling down. Why are we doing this? Oh, do we need to just lay down? Is that what you're telling me? What's even weirder than people doing sleep streams is the fact that there are VTubers that are doing sleep streams. So like you're tuning into a sleep stream, but it's just an anime character sleeping. So like it's not even the person. It's an anime character sleeping because yeah, it's a video YouTuber or whatever. I don't know how you could possibly sleep knowing that somebody's watching you. But then again, maybe it makes some people sleep easier because like at that point you know somebody's watching you. You know, you ever try to go to sleep wondering if somebody's watching you, you know? Like you feel like you're being watched and it kind of makes you uneasy and hard to sleep. Well, what if, like, every time you have that feeling, you knew you were being watched? Yeah, I probably couldn't sleep either. You made some pretty good pulled pork today. I bet. What was the flavoring? What was the seasoning? And did it use Dr. Pepper in the recipe? What is the question, Wes? Is it also if they use Dr. Pepper in their pulled pork? I love me some good Cafe Rio pulled pork. Used like a pre-mixed seasoning mix, Sweet Baby Ray's, and yes, Dr. Pepper. Love it. Is there a particular reason why my streams get frozen or problems and stuff? They switched the internet service provider at my building, and it kind of sucks monkey butt. And so, like, ever since they got a new provider, my router will just crap out at random points in time. Maybe I need to update my router. I haven't done that in, like, since I bought it. So, that's a thing I probably need to update. But, yeah, it's just been patchy for, like, the last year that we've had this service provider. Like, my router will bump, kick everything off of it, and then everything has to reconnect to it. Yeah. And sometimes the internet will just slow way down and say, I am not sending enough data, so, like, it'll buffer for you guys because I'm not sending it fast enough. And there's not diddly I can do about that, unfortunately. Because I don't have control over how my internet works and who I can use for a provider. Another part of it in this specific apartment could be power bumps. Like, my outlets also suck way more than I've ever had an apartment outlet suck before. Like, they're really loose. I feel like they're drawing way more power than they should. Like, I have a 3-bedroom apartment and my power bill's like $240 to $260. And we haven't been running our AC 24/7. Like, it's pretty bad. It's mostly comes down to like having a $40 a month water heater bill because it's electric, maybe some AC, and then like I know my switches cost about $40 to run. Oh, that's some garbage, Fent. Pokemon, welcome. Your AC is on 24/7. For the first month we were here, ours was. We had ours set down to like 69 degrees. No, 68. Yeah, he's 68 as well. I'm weird. Like, if it's winter, I want my thermostat at like 72. If it's summer, I want it at 68. Not a huge degree variance, but like, it's interesting. You just be overheating. Yep. The worst part for me is, like, it's gotten to a point where we'll have our apartment on, like, 68, and it still feels hot. That's because I work in a credit union, and if you're not familiar with those, they typically, like, run the office at, like, 65 degrees. And I don't know why. But, like, no complaints. It lets me wear a jacket most of the time, and I'm comfy if I get to wear a hoodie or a jacket. There was one year, I believe it was like 2014, where I conditioned myself to 60 degrees being hot. And how that happened was I became the garden center department manager at Walmart in the fall, and then I had to move all the pallets around outside in the winter. So for like 3 weeks straight, I was outside in the snow, 32 or below, every single day for like 3 weeks straight. Full 8-hour shift. It got to the point where like I would come inside, I would take off all of my winter clothes, and I would be burning up. Like I would be roasting. Gotta turn on the AC to cool down your cat blanket, huh, Fent? Hey, Wookie, welcome. Do I think I will ever go to a TwitchCon? Not likely. I am not popular enough on Twitch to go to TwitchCon. It's ridiculous. Like, they're cute and everything, but they're so freaking sweaty. I believe it. I have a cat that insists on sleeping on me, and I have another cat that, like, when I roll over, it'll put itself right in my legs so I can't roll back over. The online classes are slowly giving you a hump. Got you crouched, slouched over, looking at your computer screen too much? A wild baby appeared. No? You don't regret it? I'm glad you don't regret it, Wookie. One on your feet, one on your lap, and the last one as close to your face as physically possible. Oh. I would love it if a cat would, like, curl up and sleep next to my face, but it's gotta be with their face next to my face. My cat are just complete jerkwads, and, like, you'll lay them down, and normally you put their back towards either your head up by your arm, whatever. No, these ones have to, like, they insist on rotating around, putting their butt up towards your head, and, like, sleeping with their paws touching you. So it's, like, not comfy for anyone. Semi-new Charizard amiibo. I randomly came across that at GameStop and was like, well, that has to come home with me. Yeah, basically. Exactly that. Yeah, I like Pokemon cards. I actually have quite a few. I have a pretty sick Dark Fairy deck. And I think I still have my Gengar deck. I may not, though. I have a deck in some Gengar card sleeves, but I haven't been able to find it. Oh, put you down for a second, baby. Just for you, Fent. And then, of course, a really freaking sweet holographic Dark Magician. But I have a Pokemon card that perhaps might beat that. Oh my gosh, that Dark Magician is so fantastic. I got it in there's a 25th anniversary box that has the 3 Egyptian God cards on it. It comes with like 6 packs of cards that are all stellar sets. And then it comes with 6 cards. It's got the 3 Egyptian God cards, a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, and a Red Eyes Black Dragon. And it has a chance of having, well, it has a 7th card. And that 7th card is a super special version of one of the previous 6 cards. And I just happened to get the Dark Magician. I would have probably preferred Slifer the Sky Dragon. Where are my cards? Right here. Okay, this is gonna be a second. Oh yeah, that is absolutely the Lego Deco tree. Okay, where is this one? Is this... Oh, how interesting. This is my Psychic deck. Where did my Gengar one go? Are we getting a stream for building it? Absolutely. When I can guarantee devoting hours to it, there will be a stream for it, sure. For sure. Okay. Are you ready to see some of the best Pokemon cards you've ever seen? There we go. That's a good angle. Don't know how well that's readable, but got some Gardevoir, shiny Gardevoir, and then these are from like the 25th anniversary, 20th anniversary card sets, where they released the pins of all of the mythicals and crap. I have like these sleeves. I got some Alakazam ones, I got some Mega Gengar ones. I cannot for the life of me find the deck that has the Mega Gengar in it, and it's like driving me mad. Anyways. And then, of course, I would have Gengar, Mega Gengar. Naturally, it's a requirement. I think what ended up happening was I started getting out of Pokemon cards when I lived at my cheap apartment. And I think I sold a bunch of my Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards, and like I just didn't take them out of the card sleeve. So I'm pretty sure like it's my own stupid fault that I don't have them anymore. But gosh dang it, what's going on here? And I'm pretty sure at the time I was like, yeah, I'll never miss these Gengar sleeves. You can have the sleeves too. And now I miss the Gengar sleeves. This is a shiny song. You sense it? Well, let's see if your senses are tingling for the right reasons. Yeah, the wife, like, I randomly watched an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I wanted to hear the theme song. Like, the only reason. My wife comes in while I'm watching that. It's like, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! I haven't seen that in so long. And so, like, I didn't know that about my wife. She actually likes Yu-Gi-Oh! So we went on an epic, we're watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Phase. And she's like, you know, I collected the cards when I was a kid and wouldn't mind. I've never actually played the game. I wouldn't mind learning how to play the game and actually playing it. So now that's kind of a hobby that we're going to have, is collecting some of the cards and playing the game. But like mostly like older cards. The cool ones. Because anything after like 5Ds is just like, what is even going on? Like, even 5Ds is kind of dicey. Download Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Does my wife play D&D with me? She would if I played. I haven't gotten a group large enough to play in so long. That way we don't have to sink mad money on cards. I think part of it's just the opening the card packs. You got a shiny Sprigatito. I get another shiny Poipole. Okay, bet. I'll take it. Like, I want to recreate an original Yugi, Kaiba, Joey, Pegasus starter deck series. Like, that's some mad money. The day candy corn appears, the world will know real peace. Honestly, I temporarily forgot that Poipole's nickname was going to be Candy Corn. Because when you said that, I'm like, dude, it's September. Candy Corn's been on the store shelves for like 2 months. Where you been? You don't think you've seen me get a shiny live yet? Well, maybe tonight will be the night. I'm a good shiny hunter. Not so great of a finder, but to date, I have found every single shiny I've set my sights on. You've only been here for Jirachi. Yeah, very few people are still around that would have had a chance to see me get some shinies live. Hey, Goo Gamin, welcome. Manaphy was one of the shinies you missed. Oh, I'm sorry. Jirachi was the most epic shiny to witness. Oh my gosh, really? Unfortunately, I can't say that I got fantastic brisket recipes. That one's kind of foreign to me. I do love a good brisket, though. Never been in the market to cook any of them. You just made the best steak in the world at 1 a.m. Got any sheep brain recipes? Scrambled. So, also, sheep brains. I do have an update to that story. I was actually at my grandpa's house about 2 weeks ago and was recounting this story to him. You know what this freaking OG did? My grandpa, instead of setting my mind at ease, he proceeded to tell me a few stories. One of which was how he traded, he got some animals butchered for some buddies, and they gave him the brains for the sheep that he had butchered for him. So like he didn't detract from my fears. Instead, he added to them because he had access to the brains and other various different livers and things. So he just went on the stories like, this one time I was working with a few people and I was getting some sheep butchered, and it turned in from one to like I got sheep butchered for 4 people, and they just said, hey, will you eat these? Like, we don't know what to do with them. He's like, sure. So he took them. I'm like, gosh dang, Grandpa, like, that doesn't help. So not only did my grandpa feed me sheep brains, he confirmed that he had access to sheep brains and that regularly would eat them. So like, yay me. From what I remembered, it tasted like burnt, terrible scrambled eggs. Yeah, so like on the stream when I originally told the story, it wasn't the story that about made me barf. People asked me to look it up, and I googled it, and scrambled sheep brains is a thing, and it looks like exactly like what I ate. So I was just recalling that experience in my brain, and I started gagging. Also, have you all ever heard the phrase or the saying, you have just enough brains to tan your own hide? While we're on the topic of brains. Your grandpa used to say that? So, fun fact, when you skin an animal and you make leather out of it, there's a few different ways to go about the tanning process, but the organic, like natural way that it was done is that you would mash up the brains into a liquid, and the acids in the brain is what would tan the skin. So it's funny because unironically, every species of animal has a brain that has enough volume that when you mash that up, it is the right quantity to tan its hide. So the saying, you have enough brain to tan your own hide, is both calling somebody stupid as well as saying their brain is the size that will get their hide tanned if you were to skin them alive and tan their hide with it. Yeah, I was like enthralled learning it, but yeah, it's in a book about the process of tanning leather, and it's pretty crazy. Now I'm sure some species like ourselves have enough to tan our hide and then some. I love how there's like people unsubscribing right now. This is fantastic. Um, I'm not sure. Oh, what did I do? Um, it looks like that's a dragon sitting on top of something. If I had to wager, I would say it's a depiction of a Flygon. It's like a cow pissing on a flat rock out here. Oh, that's a great one. Slide for Brass 2024. Do what now? If anyone sees someone by the name of Lord Frieza, just know he is our enemy and we'll never forget what he has done. Yes. Whis, you would like a normal stream format for one random stream? I had a normal stream format a few days ago for Echoes of Wisdom. Brass is in fact training to beat Goku. I have proof. Yeah, I'm prepared. Or at least Krillin. Oof, I could beat more Satan. It's the most hilarious thing in the world to me that Gohan marries Satan's daughter, Videl. Krillin named his daughter what? It might be Satan. I can't freaking remember. I think in the original run of Dragon Ball Z, it's pronounced a few different ways. Who's Krillin's ex? Krillin has an ex? When is the next time I will play Among Us with viewers? I'm not quite sure, but there's definitely going to be some stuff in October for Spoopy month. I'm thinking the day before Halloween won't be a bad time. Phasmophobia with viewers would go so hard. As said in a previous stream, I cannot play Phasmo. Hey, Brock's channel, like, welcome. AOL Kid, welcome. You got a spooky name for a ghastly. Is it Rick? Please tell me it's Rick. Is it because of the Luigi boards? Among that, yes. Rick Ghastly would go so hard. I know, isn't it great? So, I said it, and maybe these are some shorts that are about to come out again, but I can't play Phasmophobia because of the Ouija boards, the spirit box, and I think there was one more thing that I can't. Yeah, I played Phasmo with Arsenon at one point, because he had gifted me the game and said, let's play. I can't do it. So, those are some things in real life that I would never, ever, ever touch. So if I wouldn't do it IRL, I'm not going to do it in the game. The reason being is, without getting too into the weeds on it, I don't believe there is a distinction between doing it in the game and doing it in real life. You're playing with fire. Like, I absolutely love the Ghostbusters concept of the game, don't get me wrong. I think it's a fantastic game. I just can't use some of the tools that you will need to use to beat the game, because I'm not opening myself up to that level of an invitation. I would never do a spirit box in IRL because I don't want whatever's on the other side talking to me. I would never use a Ouija board for the same reason. I don't want to open that portal, that window, that doorway for that communication to happen. Because sometimes once those things are opened, they are hard to close. It's just not worth it. If you were to play Phasmo, you would stay away from all the bad stuff. You've seen they removed Rickroll from the YouTube? What? No way. No way. Talk to the boys. Talk to the boys channel then. What?
You good, dude? You just seem rather weepy.
What's my most paranormal activity you've ever encountered? Like, for me, nothing bad happened, but, like, I'm not quite sure I want to, like, speak about it, and, like, not because it's super personal by any means, just, I don't know what it was, and some things are best left not talked about, because I don't want it to come back. Ever. Especially to where I have children's. Yeah. One of the things about having kids is you kind of stop playing around. When your favorite Gen 1 starter redesign was Charmeleon because they made him look like a cute, rough Gligar dragon. Interesting. That's pretty wild, Fen. That's a coincidence if I ever heard one. Yeah, what you give time and attention and energy to tends to grow, and some things are best left not growing. Hey, Low Gangsta, welcome. Still trying to get the second Poipole, indeed. Not really. It's not a very descriptive thing. I might have... Full Metal Alchemist. Have any of you guys seen Full Metal Alchemist in the chat? Yep, start to finish. Okay, Goo Gaming. And to all who want to know what I saw, watch Full Metal Alchemist. From start to finish. And then it'll show you the door as seen by Edward, the door. And more importantly, what's on the other side of that door. And that's more or less a bit of what I saw. Yeah, the Door of Truth. But, like, there's... When Edward sacrifices his arm to do the transmutation, that arm goes to something else. That something else is more or less what was seen. Ah, there it is. I want to save that in downloads. Of course, this one is cartoonized. That. Minus the creepy smile. Waking up at 3 a.m. and seeing that in your closet, not a good time. Like, it would be the closet. And, like, the thing is, I was 21 at this time. Yeah, so I was living in Texas, living in some apartments there. Which is super funny because I had a roommate at the time. And he stayed up a little bit later. And he got, like, the physical, audible side of things, right? I just woke up having a terrible, terrible feeling. Because I went to bed early. He stayed up late, right? So, my neighbors upstairs, from what he said, were just yelling, cussing, chewing each other out, all manner of like vulgar names, talk, speech, whatever. And they were known to have been doing drugs and stuff. Just, they were fighting, and so my roommate couldn't go to sleep. Because I went to sleep before they started fighting, so I was out. He was trying to go to sleep while they were fighting, and it was just not doable. So finally, they stop, and he goes to sleep. And then I wake up kind of having a nightmare. Like, I was feeling the vibe in my sleep, I guess. But, like, I woke up, turned my head towards my closet, and this was standing in my closet. And, like, make no mistake, there was absolutely nothing that could have been misinterpreted for that. Like, I don't know if you've ever peered into the darkness and, like, it's pitch black, but, like, this was blacker than that and fuzzy. Like, it was outlined in fuzz. I don't know how else to explain it. But yeah, that the white particles around it kind of make the sense, like, and it was just standing there. It's big feet, not Bigfoot. Yeah, never know what you're gonna find. Now you can't sleep. Oh, somebody needs to tell Dr. Snapper we passed 10,000 encounters. Brock saw Nessie. I don't know, Goo. I don't really have like a set timetable of when people get modded or not. It's just a wild Lapras. Maybe it's a surfing Snorlax. Can I turn my head 45 degrees real quick? Wait, I can go farther this way. There you go. Although I guess that depends on which axis. What, my razors? Hello, Bobberson. Welcome. I got like a few more minutes left in me. I'm clocking out. I think my favorite horror game is Resident Evil 4. And scariest is kind of arbitrary. Panic-inducing, Resident Evil 1. Hey, good night. Good night, Marley. Have a good one. You're 2 months away from a new badge. That's pretty epic. Wiss. Never heard of arbitrary ID that a game or an objective. Adjective. Oh, I read him, Goo. You saw a humanoid figure. We getting there, spooky month? We are indeed. It's just a few short days away. 2, in fact, I think. Good night, Goo Gaming. You have a good one. Does September have a 31st? No, it doesn't. What, popping my neck? Because honestly, it's making pain go away every time I do that. It's like I probably will not be watching any movie clips for spooky days. I'm really weird with how I perceive being involved in paranormal stuff and just I don't invite it into my home. That's a game of telephone, it seems you played with yourself. I mean, paranormal, real spooky stuff, for the most part, they seem to be intertwined is on some levels. They need to increase live chat comment length. Facts. I did watch the FNAF movie. I am eagerly awaiting a remake, not a remake, a sequel. it's only 1:30. I should not be this tired, but I am literally micro sleeping. So this is going to be the last encounter. That's actually pretty epic, Wookie. Now, the question we're all dying to know the answer to is Markiplier going to be in the movie? All right, and that was it. That was going to be the last encounter. So, this will have to be resumed another day, another time. I only know a little bit of FNAF lore, unfortunately. Enough of it to, like, have the movies be awesome and make sense, but yeah, that's about it. Was that the bite of 87? Hey, you guys have a